What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Realiside, and today I wanted to talk about a very annoying topic, Tera raid battles. Something that just been irking me a little bit, and I decided to just make a short video because I honestly want to know if this is happening to other people. Let me know in the comments below because I am really curious about this because it's kind of annoying. Issues with Tera raids is it's confusing. It's very confusing. And I'm not talking about the actual terrestrialization or terrestrialization gimmick. You know how like they have like different types. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is the constant waiting or just the lag of the system remembering everything. Remembering our moves. It's just very slow, and I'm not sure why. Now I don't know if it's me waiting on the other players to do something. But to me, it feels like I'm waiting on the system to catch up to the moves that we all pressed for us to attack. Because there's been multiple instances where I would tell my Pokemon to do a move, but before I even press battle, it freezes. Like I can't do anything. I just gotta watch whatever is going on. Either the raid Pokemon is doing something, or it's telling me, hey, the sun is bright or something like that. And then it resumes, and then I'm trying to pick a move, and I can't. I'm not allowed to think because then I took so long that now I have to wait because something else happens and I'm waiting. When we saw this mechanic in trailers, I actually thought like each player had their own kind of timer to decide a move and then it goes on to the next. But honestly, this is just so confusing. It just randomly, like sometimes it doesn't even give me a second to decide or anything. Sometimes I'll even make the move and then something else would happen. And then it would bring me back to before I even pressed the move when I know it did. It's just honestly so confusing, and I'm not sure what's going on. It really feels like the performance is so slow that it can't keep up with our moves. But can we talk about how people don't understand this generation's gimmick when it comes to terrestrialization? I've been constantly going into raid battles and people are using their favorite Pokemon just because it's their favorite Pokemon and not realizing, hey, there's type advantage. It normally is a electric type and now it's a ground type, so what move would you get? Nah, people seem to just want to use their favorite Pokemon in either Koraidon or Miraidon, and it's sad because I think the system kind of looks at all of the players and how strong they are and type advantage and all that, and factors in how if you can beat it or not. But this whole thing kind of sucks because I really do like Pokemon. Even this game is really fun. I'm enjoying it. Despite all the performance issues and stuff like that, I'm still having a good time with it. It's a big world. Yeah, it's a little muddy, but it's Pokemon, and I know that's not an excuse, but for me, Pokemon has always been in my life. I don't know if I'm running on nostalgia, but I've been there since Red and Blue, played every single game. I've watched kind of almost every episode of the anime. That's why like the whole Ash thing is kind of a little emotional for me because I literally seen this dude. He ain't grow up because he's still 10 or 11 or whatever he is, but I've seen him kind of go through the years, and that battle with Lance, that shit was awesome. But what I was saying, like, Pokemon really means something to me, so it's kind of sad to kind of see where Pokemon is going now. They've definitely got the right idea about the open worldness, but they need some performance help. They do not know how to run their games, and I'm not a developer. I don't know the ins and out, but it looks they need a break, or they just need more time, honestly, because I feel like they want to put in the love and care, but they also got a deadline from the above. That's the kind of vibe that I get when it comes to these games, because they're constantly doing it and they're not addressing it, and they're just keep doing it. Somebody clearly, there was an issue with this game, and it clearly, somebody said, okay, whatever, pass it along, we're good to go, we need these sales, and that's not a good thing. But another thing that's annoying is there are times where I would we as a team would kill the raid Pokemon, but then he'll put up a shield and he'll gain all his health back, and like, what? I thought I killed it. Like again, this is why I think that it can't keep up with our moves. Like it's so weird. They should have just gave each person a certain amount of time to make a move, you know, and put a timer and then keep going real quick. But it doesn't seem the case, because it seems like everybody's doing their own thing. We don't understand what's going on. You know, people healing, and you know, one thing that I wish that they had was like a little emote button that like says, "Hey, we need to power up." Like you can press it at any time and say, "Hey, we need to power up," or "We need to heal. Somebody heal." You know, but it doesn't seem like that. We can't communicate, and we need to be able to communicate if we're trying to do, you know, raid battles, especially if they're going towards like, you know, real time. You know, kill this Pokemon in a real time thing. We need to be able to communicate, because honestly, it's annoying when you go into a raid and someone just wants to bring their starter and you know it's weak to it just because it's their starter. It's like, we want these rewards, man. These Herba Mysticas are hard to come by, and I'm trying to get my shinies, you know what I mean? Now, I don't want to say that Sword and Shield's raids are better than this, because it's clearly not. There is some fun. That's kind of why I'm a little pissed off, because the game is fun and it is interacting. You know, even if you stop looking or stop doing anything, you could potentially let your team down. So that's why you got to stay constantly engaged. But it's constantly stopping you. You have to wait. And it was like, I thought the whole point of them advertising this was the fact that you don't have to wait for other players. You can always attack. But it seems like I'm waiting for the system. But at least in Sword and Shield, I kind of knew what was going on. Like, I knew he would put up his shield. We got to hit it 5 times, and then it lowers his defense and loses a chunk of his health, blah, 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 you know. At least I knew that part of the aspect and how to play it. With this, I'm so lost. And sometimes it works great, and sometimes it doesn't. And it's just, this needs to be fixed. It's clearly a performance issue, and that needs to be fixed. Like, I don't know how long they're going to take to fix it, but it needs to be fixed ASAP. But that's kind of all I wanted to say. Again, this game is really fun. I'm really enjoying it. It's just the performance, you know, really sucks, and they've got some work to do. But let me know if this is happening to you. Are you guys experiencing the same issue where you're constantly freezing and it stops you from doing anything? You don't have any time to react, and the Pokemon dies and it doesn't, and just a jumble mess. Let me know if that's happening to you, because maybe it's just happening to me and I'm just crazy, or I just don't know. Now, I don't want to say that these raids are better than I don't know if it's the system. It's just honestly janky for me, and I'm really curious if that's happening for you guys, because if it is, this needs to be fixed. It's very annoying. But thank you all for watching, and I will be back for a new video soon.